देखे नहीं. There are so many other factors that they have to consider कि I don't know, maybe किसी लोगों का ये भी होता है कि घर के पास नहीं है तो हम नहीं कर सकते, हमें गाड़ी पे कौन छोड़ने आएगा. So there are a lot of factors. All of these factors combined is why we don't have women in senior positions. But I think and I really hope that this is going to change in the next 10 years, because I see more and more women being career oriented. I see more women raising their voice to for their careers. I see more women talking about how important it is to be financially independent, how important it is to leave places which are toxic. So these are all of these conversations, and I think social media, जितनी मर्जी बुराइयां भी हैं उसमें, लेकिन I think ये एक बहुत अच्छी चीज़ है जो सोशल मीडिया ने शायद हम एटलीस्ट साउथ एशियन वुमेन के दिमाग के अंदर ये चीज़ें डाली हैं जो कि पहले नहीं सोचते थे लोग इस बारे में. लाइक इट वाज, अगर कोई किसी के ऊपर चीखता था तो इट वाज ओके. अब नहीं है. इट्स नॉट ओके.
This is really surprising.
To be rude to somebody at work.
And
it's not okay. But पहले it was okay. लोग, people would brush it under the carpet saying कि हमारी बात कौन सुनेगा. Okay, great.
Okay, so you were saying something and we lost you. So let's start from that point again if you remember it.
हाँ, मैं कह रही थी कि it is an amalgamation of all of those things that you said. ख़वातीन के लिए जब सीनियर पोजीशन पर आ जाती हैं बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स होते हैं और बहुत सारी रहती भी नहीं है इन द जॉब मार्केट. They just drop out because इतने छोटे रीजन पे कि घर से काम बहुत दूर है, हम नहीं कर सकते, हमें छोड़ने का.
But that's a reality, right? मतलब ये cultural reality है.
That is a reality. ये reality है, बिल्कुल ये reality है. And ये reality सिर्फ इसलिए नहीं है. और ये सास काम नहीं करने देती, मियाँ काम नहीं करने देता, अम्मी अब्बू अलाउ नहीं करते, भाई को पसंद नहीं है. There are so many things जो कि वो अपने लिए नहीं कर रही होती. This is बहुत सारे ब्रांड्स ने इसके ऊपर का बात भी की है, लाइक डॉक्टर बहू. लोगों को चाहिए बहू जो डॉक्टर होती हैं, बट दे डोंट वांट देम टू वर्क. राइट, they don't. But I imagine the kind of economic setback a country has because they invest so much in the education of a girl, which thank God that we've started. But she never joins the workforce to have that economic effect on the economy. Have that power to change the economy. Imagine the workforce if there so many women were working.
So workplace is also an issue, culture is also an issue, the pressures on a woman are also an issue. मुझे ये बताओ Rifah, what is it that us men can do to make a change, and what is it that maybe organizations in Pakistan should do to maybe collaborate with one another to raise awareness that women should be in the workplace? क्या करना चाहिए?
I think मर्दों के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है टू एजुकेट देमसेल्व्स कि ख़वातीन का वर्कफोर्स में आना उनके लिए इनसिक्योरिटी नहीं है. I think this is something that they need to tell themselves, that they should not be insecure of a woman doing well or of a woman entering the workforce. It's not that they're going to take their jobs away from them. It's just that कि जितनी ज़्यादा आएंगी उतनी आपके घर में खुशहाली आएगी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर एक मर्द है और एक औरत है, वो दोनों मियाँ बीवी हैं और घर में एक बंदे की कमाई की बजाय एक और बंदा भी कमा के ला रहा है, सो दैट्स लाइक आपके घर की ही हालात और लिविंग स्टैंडर्ड्स, बच्चों की हालात, बच्चों की एजुकेशन, सब कुछ बेहतर होगा. राइट, इट इज़ अ जॉइंट. The thing is that men need to know that this is a joint effort. Life is a joint effort.
True.
It is a collaboration. It is a partnership. It is not कि मैं बड़ा हूँ और वो मेरे से नीचे है और उसको वही मानना है जो मैंने कहा है. I think it is a two-way thing where women and men need to know how to collaborate and to be partners to each other, rather than being कि आप you are somebody who's higher up than I am and आप मैं आपकी subordinate और आप मेरे boss type. This is that's not how it's going to work. So it's not, women and men both need to educate themselves and work collaboratively. If they don't, the world is not going to be a better place. I mean, women are not going to go anywhere, they're going to stay here. And the sooner men accept it, the sooner men become less insecure of women being all of those things that they can also be. I think उतनी ही चीज़ें बेहतर होंगी, उतनी ही इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी भी बेहतर
Yep,
होगी.
I agree, and I think uh, there is a certain responsibility for organizations to try to increase the awareness of men and women working in different positions in the organization, and trying to get more women in the organization and staying in the organization. Because I think, you know, we talk about that glass ceiling. In Pakistan, the problem is not the glass ceiling, because most women don't even get to an opportunity where they can be promoted. I think the problem is more about consistently staying within an organization or within the workforce. So with this, I think there is a lot to be done. And Rifah, I want to thank you so much for your time and for the opportunity to talk to me. Before we end, there's always something that I like talking to different people when I do interviews, and that is kind of like a quick fire round. It's more just to make it a bit more easy and light-hearted fun. You have to think about the first thing that comes to your mind, okay? Best opportunity within your work experience. What was your most favorite job opportunity that you were given? An assignment?
Foodpanda.
Right. What has been the most challenging part of your career?
Working in the cement industry. Very, very challenging. All male, no female. Very challenging.
What has been the one go-to safe place for you whenever you've had issues from a professional perspective? What is your go-to remedy?
Yoga.
How do you manage male toxic patriarchy within the workspace?
By being much more stronger than I look, and by not accepting toxicity at all, by calling it out. It is very important to call out. And आप हिम्मत नहीं हार सकते. Being a female, आप हिम्मत नहीं हार सकते. You have to fight it, and you have to call it out. If you don't call it out, there are a lot of things आप कॉल आउट नहीं करते हो जब आप when you're younger, you're like अच्छा चलो let it go, it's okay, करियर की बात है, पता नहीं कोई क्या कहेगा, समझेगा या नहीं समझेगा, पता नहीं एक्सेप्ट भी करेगा कि ये टॉक्सिक थी बात या नहीं थी. But I simply call it out now. I simply call it, whether it is calling it out in public or it is calling it out in person to that person, so that that person realizes कि उसने ये गलत किया है. But calling it out is the best thing that I've learned to do. So I think I encourage everybody to.
Fantastic. And an advice that you would like to give to the younger women entering the workforce, that is a personal note from your side.
Guys, it's very important to be financially independent. Very, very important. And to stay financially independent, not just come be financially independent and then leave. I think it's important for a woman to, it makes a woman very, very strong being financially independent. मर्दों को बहुत बुरा लगता है जो लड़कियां financially independent होती हैं. All the more reason that you should be
very, very true.
You should be financially independent. Very important.
Very true. Rifah, with this, I'm going to officially close the interview. I want to thank you so much for your time and opportunity that you've taken out, even though you were going to be a bit late, but you made it, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you. I'm sorry I was stuck somewhere. ना please मुझे माफ कर दो.
ये वाला part तो मैंने काट ही दिया है ना. I've ended the video. And मैं बस अब जो है इस चीज़ के ऊपर तो हम बाद में कभी बात करेंगे. खैर, now you can stop the audio recording as well.